Well, today I'm going to talk about advertisement online. Whatever. Anyway, a lot of people probably notice that there's a lot of advertising going around these days. A lot of websites out there that say, I don't know, specific topics or generally sharing things. A lot of the file sharing websites have advertisements, some reading, and so on and so on. Yahoo is probably one of the most annoying for me. One of my not one of my notebooks. I've only got two, so yeah. One's an old Pentium 3, 600 megahertz, whatever. Anyway, on my newer notebook, which is about 3 years old now, if I see a Yahoo ad or a Yahoo ad opens up, the system lags dramatically. I'm guessing that's because of the VIA chipset that also controls the video. Yay. So we get that. If you're in Australia or you're in a country where the internet's rather expensive and you're limited, such as myself, I'm limited to 40 gigs a month. Some people are limited to 200 megs a month and then charge excessive prices. Yay. So, what do we do about advertisement? Well, if you say have a family of people with a few computers, that can get rather hectic since everyone has to look after their own computer. But before we get on how I remove ads from websites myself, what I should probably point out is that these ads usually pay for the actual website. So say it costs, I don't know, $200 to rent the server. Well, that money's got to come from somewhere, and if the person who owns the server can't afford it, they either accept donations or they put ads on their websites. Some websites are a little excessive. This can generally slow them down. Let's take, for instance, Flash advertisements. They're usually made with Micromedia Flash, which used to be Micromedia Flash, now it's Adobe, so oh, the way things change. Anyway, some of these advertisements also, I've noticed, stream video. While they might not stream any audio, but they do actually stream video, and this might be a couple of megabytes. And you keep loading that a couple of times and it's eventually going to build up. And yes, sometimes, and I'm not sure with some of the ads I've seen, some of them it's already loaded in your browser so it doesn't reload, but let's say you look at it every day or look at it every couple of days and that stream is reloaded every couple of days. That's a couple of megabytes that you're just simply wasting that you're not even interested in. Stuff like that. So what do you do when you pretty much get fed up and you can't afford advertisement? Well, some websites you've got the option of paying and they remove the advertisement for you. You can get add-ons, but then this limits you. Let's say you have two computers, for instance, a desktop and a notebook, or two PCs, and you're living in a house and you're sharing with two people, and they want to also block ads, but you go through the whole hassle of getting ad protection on there. It gets all chaotic. I devised an interesting little system. I discovered a little program which can be used to block domains or URLs, which is just basically websites. So I can block websites with what's called a firewall box. The best part is, all you need is an old computer. Now this computer can be a 486, for instance. The only thing you need is two network cards. Just two. That's it for a basic setup. Crappy old system, I don't know, 500 meg hard drive would probably do it even. You need at least 32 megs of RAM. But generally, most old systems will be quite capable of being used for it. The best part is, the software is free. Zip, you don't have to pay a thing. So I just basically went over, and when I was at Polytechnic, TAFE back then, we had to set up a few of these firewall boxes and had a bit of fun with two programs, one called Smoothwall and the other one called IPCOP, and they're pretty much the same. So, yes. Anyway, I set it up. What I have to do is, since I use Firefox or Safari, and I'm quite okay with using both of those, Safari for the Macintosh of course, what I do is, if I come across an ad, I go, okay, I first off view what's on the page. And Firefox is quite simple. You just go in there and you look up the stuff that's been loaded and you find the URL where it's coming from. After a while you get used to it. Sometimes it's some familiar URL. So all you do is you just copy the address and you pop it in this firewall box to block the website. And it might not block it initially. Sometimes you might have to add it in twice or 3 times. Some websites, unfortunately, what they'll do is they will host the ads themselves. So they might have some sort of thing set up where they host all the files, so on and so on. So you just block that. Now this is taking revenue away from the website, since you're not seeing the ads and there's no actual track. There's no revenue coming to them. So with some websites, if everyone does this, will pretty much go offline, unfortunately. There is another reason why it's a good idea to block ads. These, at least the flash ones and any images. I was viewing one of my websites, 3D one, and I was going through and looking some stuff up, and I discovered that there was a virus. I was almost attacked by a virus using an Adobe vulnerability. Yay for Adobe Reader. What a pain. Anyway, lucky for me, my antivirus blocks it. My antivirus stops the whole thing from coming in. And now I'm getting distracted with the people outside screaming and shouting. Anyway, my antivirus and firewall together blocked the attack. Very thankful for that. So I protected myself. What I then went and ahead and did was discovered the ad, got the URL for it, and I posted it on their website. Now this is the biggest problem with some advertisement sites. While the company that does the advertising may not be handing out the virus or be responsible for it, sometimes the person who's actually paying for the ad to be on there is. This is one of the big issues out there, where you get some people who aren't exactly on the level and they decide, well, I'm going to start spreading this virus out, or Trojan virus, whatever. So that's a downside to a lot of, that's the second downside is video streaming for people who don't have enough bandwidth, and also malicious software coming into your systems. Now, they're 2 good reasons to block advertisements. Luckily with the firewall box, since everything runs through the network, including my wireless, which is sitting out here, it's able to prevent any sort of, any serious issues from occurring. It also saves on bandwidth. I mean, sometimes, I don't know, a web page might be, 10 kilobytes, and advertisement may reach up to, maybe half a meg to a couple of megs. It can speed up the whole loading process too. I did notice that dramatically when you started blocking ads. Some pages just loaded very quickly. Firefox has built-in things for blocking JPEGs, but then again, most websites these days, most advertisements these days are in Flash format. So if you wanted to, you could just block that. As you can see, I'm pretty much rambling here again, which is just yay. No, but seriously, if you are interested in saving yourself some bandwidth, which can end up saving you a lot of money in the long term, get yourself one of these firewall boxes. They're simple, they just sit in the corner, you don't need a monitor hooked up to it, you can access everything through a web interface or using a little program called PuTTY. And it's free. The application, the operating system, for those people who don't know what an operating system is, when you load up and you get that pretty screen with the buttons and all that's an operating system. Then you get the software. Software can be like Microsoft Word, Access, Internet Explorer software. The operating system's free. Either IPCOP, Smoothwall, there's a whole bunch of others. So, pretty much won't cost you a bit of time, but with a bit of effort, set up correctly, you'll be fine. And I'm about to run out of time, so I'm going to cut it off here. Bye.